Good morning. Today I'll be talking about a subject that I know very well and have worked in the industry of. Today we'll be learning how to change a tire when you get a flat. To begin this process, you're going to need an array of tools and to be knowledgeable with what your vehicle's process for changing your spare tire is. You're going to want a car jack specified by your manufacturer to use for lifting your vehicle. You're going to want a lug wrench, usually included with your spare tire kit. This will fit the specific size of lug nuts on your car. You're going to need your spare tire, one of which I do not have here to show. Most vehicles are going to have two types of hardware to be aware of, the first being a lug nut or a wheel bolt. Some excess tools that you may want as a nice safety is a pair of gloves, a flashlight for if it is dark, a piece of wood for stabilizing the jack on unstable ground, and a wheel chock for limiting the vehicle being able to roll. To begin this process, when you notice you have a flat, you're going to want to find a safe location to pull over and change this tire. When you notice you have a flat, you're going to want to decrease your speed gradually and pull over to the side of the road looking for a wide shoulder on a straight section of road or off the road into a parking lot. When you notice you have the flat, you're going to want to turn on your hazards to alert other vehicles that you have an issue. When you find a straight piece of road on wide shoulder or in a parking lot, you're going to want to apply your handbrake or your parking brake. This will limit the amount of rolling that the vehicle is able to do. At this time, you're going to want to apply your wheel wedge or wheel chock to the tires to limit the vehicle from rolling. You'll want to remove your hubcap or dust cover. This is a great place to lay upside down and collect things such as your lug nuts. Keep the equipment out of the dirt. With the vehicle on the ground on all four tires, you're going to want to use your lug wrench to loosen the lug nuts in a counterclockwise direction, quarter to half turn. At this point, you want to replace the jack under the vehicle and lift it until the tires are about 6 inches off the ground. At this point, you'll unscrew the lug nuts from the wheel, placing them in the dust cover or hubcap or in another piece of equipment to keep them out of the dirt. You're going to want to remove the flat tire, being cautious to wear your gloves and avoid anything sharp that may have penetrated the tire or any cords that may be exposed on the tire. Also, they can get quite warm when you have a flat. By this point, you should have already removed your spare tire from the vehicle and have it out and ready to work with. It's a good idea sometimes to keep a brush in your vehicle, especially if your wheels don't get removed often. You can brush any debris off the hub so the wheel has a nice flat surface to seat against. At this point, you want to put the spare tire on, making sure it has a nice flat fit against the hub of the wheel caliper or the wheel disc. You'll want to make sure before this point that the spare is inflated. You want to do this every time you check the tires on your vehicle. At this point, you'll put the lug nuts on or the lug bolts on and tighten them by hand till they're flush against the wheel. At this point, you want to lower the vehicle until the tire makes contact with the ground. At this point, you want to tighten those lug nuts in a clockwise manner. And at this point, you can completely lower the vehicle. You'll either need to replace the hubcap, or if that is not able to be done on your spare, you'll need to put it in the trunk where you stow the rest of your equipment. You'll want to put away your jack and your wheel chock, the wood if you use it to stabilize the vehicle. You'll want to get your flashlight and everything cleaned up and put away. I usually like to, once the vehicle is lowered all the way, I like to check the lug nuts one more time. You'll want to check the pressure in the spare again at a close gas station, or if you have a tire gauge in your car, to make sure that it is at the proper pressure. At this point, you'll need to, once everything's put away, you can drive away. You need to pay attention to the speed limit or rating of the spare tire that you have for your vehicle. Most of the time that's 40 miles an hour. You'll want to stay in kind of a far right lane, being able to pull off the road if there's anything going on again. At this point, you're now good to take your vehicle to a technician to have the tire repaired or replaced and put back on the vehicle by a professional. And this is the process for how to change a spare tire. Thank you.